Hi, we're Brit and Mike, and this is Leah. We're converting our 2021 Ford Transit van into a home on wheels. Last week we finished our upper cabinets, and in this week's video we're framing out our bed, closet, and shower walls.
Good afternoon, everyone. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. If you followed along last week, then you saw that we finished our upper cabinets on both sides of the van. They're looking really nice. And this week the goal is to tackle the front of the bed and the closet.
Before we get into the video, here's a quick refresher of our build layout. So first, Mike is going to put up the front face of our platform bed, circled here. Then the next project in this video is framing out the walls for the closet and wet bath.
Okay, so this is the space we're working with. Basically, before we can build any of our kitchen cabinetry or our closet or shower, anything that comes off this way, we need to finish this space up first. So it's just basically going to be figuring out all my measurements to cut around all the edges, because I've got some interesting things going on with the wheel wells and the 2x6s for the bed, all that stuff. So I've got to figure out how to cut around all that stuff. And then in the middle, we haven't decided yet what we're going to put there. It's either going to be drawers or it's going to be like a cupboard type situation. But basically I'm going to pre-cut out a hole for that as well. And also I want to do this as efficiently as possible as far as materials, because I've only got about a sheet and a half left of 3/4 inch ply, and I want to build 2.5 walls out of that, as well as cover this space. So I don't think I have quite enough to do that, all of that. I think I might have to get creative with some 1/2 inch ply, which is fine, and maybe finish off the space that way. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. Okay, so here is a rough drawing that I did with all my measurements to figure out exactly where all my cuts need to be. So basically this is the front of the bed. I would have to cut around the 2x6s, the wheel wells, all that stuff. I haven't figured out the center cutout here yet, but I'll get that figured out here pretty soon. And basically, in order to maximize the use of my materials, what I think I'm going to do is take this sheet of ply, which is 48 by 35 inches. I'll cut about 3 inches off at the top, cut out around my wheel well, my 2x6 on this side, and it'll come out to about here. It won't quite go all the way across. Then I'll just need to rip about 18 inches off a full sheet of ply, 18, 19 inches, something like that. And that'll leave me enough leftover ply on that full sheet to get both of these walls, which would be for the shower. And then all I have to figure out is this space here, which would be the other side of the closet. Okay, so I took a few minutes and joined my two boards together with some pocket holes and some wood glue. It's pretty sturdy. I actually took it out to the van and test fitted it. It is just slightly too big. I'm gonna say maybe 1/8 of an inch too wide total, and then I need to bring these down maybe 1/8 of an inch as well. It's just a really tight squeeze, so didn't quite fit, but I think if I just jigsaw out a little bit off the edge on both sides, we should be good. Okay, it's the next day. I've got this board all trimmed up. It fits beautifully into place. And I went ahead and I traced out where we're gonna do the cutout for the cabinet or whatever we decide to do in the front. Let me show you what that looks like. So you can see where they're joined here together. This isn't gonna be load bearing or anything like that, so it's not really important that it's super sturdy. So joining the plywood together like this isn't a big deal. And you can see kind of in the corners here where I had to trim some off to make it fit just a little bit better. And then I took a little bit off over this wheel well over here, a few other spots just to make sure it fit perfectly. It looks really nice. This is the cutout that we're gonna do for our cabinet or whatever we decide to put here. It is 11 by 20 inches, and I wanted to leave enough room on both ends so that it's symmetrical, and also we have room for our step, which I'll show you later on, that we're going to put in here. All right, guys, I just got this thing installed and it's looking really nice. Check it out. Yeah, so I'm really happy with how it came out. Now just to build off of that and start building out our cabinets. Oh, but first, I wanted to show you guys our step. These are actually made for boats or for trucks or whatever to make it easier to get in and out of. You can mount it to pretty much anything. And yeah, it's like a steel alloy foldable step. It's about 4 inches wide, about 4 inches tall for mounting purposes. And I think it's gonna be just enough to help Brit getting out of bed at night.
We're gonna have to figure out a step to get off.
So next order of business, I need to cut out a wall that's gonna come out to here and go down to the floor for our shower. And then I need to duplicate that over here. And then I need to build a little half wall that's gonna come up off of this for our closet. After racking my brain and trying to come up with a better solution, I honestly think that the easiest way to do this is gonna be to make a big stencil. Luckily, I have a giant piece of cardboard that I can use to cut out the stencil, but I can only do it twice. I only have enough cardboard to do it twice, so hopefully I can get it right in 2 turns. All right, so it's been a little bit since I picked you guys up. I went ahead and cut the stencil out, test fitted in the van, recut it a little bit, test fitted it, recut it. I spared you all the details of that because it was pretty boring, but I have a stencil. So this fit the contours of our van really well, and I should be able to get 2 full walls out of this sheet of plywood, which is perfect, exactly how I planned it. As you can see, it only gets marginally more narrow because the back of the walls curve in a little bit, right? So you lose about a ½ inch by the time you go up to about, I don't know, 25 inches or so. And then at the very top here, you lose about 3½ inches. So it's a gradual slope, but it's not insignificant. This will be just wide enough for me to stand in. So I was trying to think of the best way to cut this out. I think that something like a skill saw would give me a nice straight cut, but the saw guide I don't really trust for the angles that I'm gonna be cutting at. So I think that my best course of action is to use the old trusty jigsaw. And at least if anything's off, it'll be on the back facing the wall. You won't be able to see it. All right, check it out. It fits so well between the ceiling and the floor that it stands by itself. Man, that's like perfect. So the only thing that kind of sucks is that the front of the van is technically narrower than the back of the van. So that means these cabinets right here come back at a bit of an angle. Unfortunately, when I go to line the wall up with the cabinets, if I put it flat against the cabinets, it brings the wall in at like an angle. So what I have to do is kind of pull it out away from the cabinets about a ½ inch or so and straighten it out. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a funny shaped shower pan. The whole shower is gonna be like obtuse. All right, guys, there it is. 2 walls down, 1 little half wall to go, and then I can start framing out the closet, framing out the bottom of this, the top. It's coming together. As far as the bathroom size goes, this is me standing in it. You gotta think there's gonna be about 20 inches of space taken up from the toilet. Literally, showers are gonna be right underneath the nozzle, which is fine. It was either that or have a 4-foot long shower that just ate up even more space of the van. We really wanted this seating area over here. So our 5-minute showers every day aren't gonna be the most comfortable, but for the other 23 hours and 55 minutes, I think we'll be happy with our decision to make this space bigger. What's up? It's a new day. It's a day I'm gonna cut out that little half wall. I ran down to Home Depot and picked up a 1/4 sheet of birch, and I gotta tell you, man, the price of lumber is insane. I'm in shock of how expensive it is for 1/4 sheet of birch right now. All right, enough of that. You probably didn't come here to listen to me cry about the price of lumber. So I've got my last sheet that I cut out for the second wall. In the garage, that's because I'm using it as a template for this sheet, because when I cut out the second sheet, I had to trim a little bit extra off the top. The roof didn't match up perfectly like it did on the first one, so this one should be closer. So hopefully I won't have to make too many changes to it. What's going on, everyone? It's actually a new day. Yesterday got kind of derailed, but I did get that wall up, the one by the bed. So now that that's in place, I'm gonna go ahead and start framing it out and get my second wall attached and start building our closet area out. Just real quick, I did use pocket holes to attach these two sheets of ply together, but that's not gonna be the only thing holding these together. It will be reinforced. I just did that so that it can sit in place while I try to frame everything else out off of this. I want this to be the square surface that I work off of so that everything else matches up really well. So next step, all I need to do is cut out some supports. Our closet is only going to be a foot wide, just enough to hang a few shirts, jackets, that type of thing. So all I got to do is cut out some cross pieces that are 12 inches wide, drill some pocket holes on either end, and then I can use those to attach to both walls as well as the main wall of the van, so that this thing will be solid. It won't go anywhere. Alright, it's been a little bit since I picked you guys up. The closet that I'm working on is a pretty small space. I really can't get good footage in here while I'm working. But let me show you what I've done. I've got 4 main supports that go across the back, and it's attached to the wall at the top here. And then on these bottom 2 down here, I didn't attach this one to the wall because there's a bit of a gap behind it, just because this one has a bit of a gap here. This side's much closer, but I just decided not to worry about that because I don't want to bend this board, like push a screw through here, bend the board, and have it warp the wall at all. So we're just not going to put a support there. I've got some supports on the bottom as well as the top, and I even threw a couple screws in here because I have a ceiling joist that goes across, and this thing is rock solid, man. I could push and pull on this all I want. It ain't going anywhere. And I still have to add shelves, and we'll do drawers on the bottom, cabinet right here, and then another shelf at the top. So there'll be a shelf with a door, or probably a flip-up door here, and then a cabinet door here. So yeah, there's going to be added support throughout. But that is the frame of it.
Hi guys, it is the next day, it's Saturday, and we're here to finish up the supports to hold the shower walls in place. I changed my mind about van life. Is there a bug on me?
Is there a bug on you?
Is there a bug on me?
Where?
Like anywhere.
I don't see any bugs.
On my hat, on my head.
No, not that I see.
I was in the van. I was sitting in the bed area, and I turned around, and on the wall was just this nasty bug. And then I got off the bed and I turned around and it was gone. So I think it's on me.
It's not on you.
I was gonna show you guys how cozy our little bed area feels with that wall up. Like, it makes such a difference, but said I got traumatized. So, oh God, I hate bugs, hate them. Okay, this is not the bug I was referring to, which means there are multiple bugs in my little house. Spider in my hair, spider in my hair!
Where? I don't even see him.
It's on your finger. Oh my God.
Just a little guy.
What a day. So the other day we were watching one of Christian Schaefer's van life videos, and she showed herself like taking a giant spider out of her van, like having to catch it in the van. And I was like, oh no, like that's not gonna happen to me. And I'm starting to see that I was wrong. Anyway, what I was trying to show you is now that we have this half wall up here, the bed area, it just frames it out in a really nice way, like a cute little cozy way, but it doesn't feel claustrophobic. We're really happy with the bed size for, you know, how much room we had to work with to put in a bed. And we'll probably have our command center over here with like our battery monitors and light switches and that sort of thing. And then loving the cabinets. We'll probably put some like storage hooks on the back here. And yeah, I just love it. It's exciting to see it all come together.
All right, so we need a couple strips of plywood to go from either side of the shower walls to kind of frame it in. So I don't have any plywood that's big enough to do our strips to go side to side, but I have a piece of cutoff that's really funny shaped. It's like this Y shape with no straight sides except for on the ends. And so I just have to cut a strip out in the middle of that and hope that it works. There we have it. One usable strip of plywood out of that and this combined. This is just long enough I can cut it into 2 pieces, so.
We both got a sawdust bath in that process.
So the trick to getting rid of glue, all the excess glue on your hands, is just rub your hands together. It'll dry and then it'll just peel right off.
Just like kindergarten.
Just like kindergarten. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'd like to put a support across the bottom, but as you can see, there's a wheel well, there's whatever this thing is down here. It's just kind of difficult to get down there to put something across there. So what I'm gonna do to secure this back corner over here is when we build out the bench, I'm gonna secure it on the back side of the bench. So it'll all be nice and secure and, you know, safe. It won't go anywhere. But yeah, I've got it attached to the roof and the wall here. And then all this whole side is attached here to the wall. And then over here in the corner will also be attached to the wall as well. So should be very sturdy.
All right, that's gonna do it for the vlog this week. So thank you so much for watching.
Bye guys.
See you next week.